Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Premier Draft Murders at Karlov Manor. I think we're just going to pick up Hide in Plain Sight. I mean, Buried in the Garden, actually, maybe better? Question mark? They're both very good, right? Hey, Hide in Plain Sight, it says on Draft Sim, is actually like bananas insane. Okay, that's what I thought. It's only a single color, which is a big help. And green's a great color to be in this set, so, I mean, it's not white, but green is the backbone of many decks. I'll take it. Anything else to think about here? Not changing picks, just anything else to think about context-wise. I don't know, not really. If we were very lucky, we might wheel the gardener, I guess. Sir Conrad, a special guest. Or the list? I don't understand if those are two different sets of cards or if they're the same set. I don't know. But anyway, this is... Sir Conrad is not from this set, obviously. Now, how good is it? It says Sir Conrad is good, but it doesn't... He's not incredible. I could, like, take the dual land, I guess? Or just a green card? I think Sir Conrad's actually... I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather just stake out green. Tell everybody to my left, no green, please. I'm taking all of it. And this is like fixing for whatever I might want to splash. This is such a goofy card. This isn't very good, right? Yes, okay, just checking. What are you? Fanatical Strength is good-ish? What are you? The weapon thing? Yeah. This pack is not very inspiring. I might go for an ape here. Red-green is not exactly a great color pair, but... I mean, the alternative is this, and this card really only goes in red-green anyway. So I'd be... No, I don't know. I'll take this. This is the best card here, I think. Niv Mizzet. I don't think I can take Niv Mizzet when there's a much easier card to play that's also very good. Like green with fixing, that's the colors you want for Niv. But it's not that incredible a card. Shock's okay. I mean, Shock is good. I would be happy to take a Shock here now that I have a red card, but Evidence Examiner is quite good, right? Yeah. It actually says they're pretty close. I could take a Shock and... Or like... Red-green just isn't a color pair you want to be in. I'll see if I can make my way into blue. There have been several good blue cards going by. Oh, could have taken 2 Slimes Against Humanity. How exciting, huh? Surveillance Monitor, absolutely great for the blue-green decks. Other cards here include, I don't know, not much. Like, the Haunch is fine. Fairy Snoop is good in the right deck. Like, none of that applies to me. I think just Branch of V2. Well, no, this is a really good card. You know, it's Disguise, it's... And so is this. These are both Disguise. This is Fixing Disguise. This is Blow Their Shit Up Disguise. Big Creature. Shock would also be okay, but... I'm just going to keep insisting on green. Escape Tunnel would have been an alright pick, I think. Another Vengeful Creeper? I'm not sure how good, like how much I want Deduce, really. It's okay. Well, let's diversify, I guess. A second Vengeful Creeper is whatever. We can probably get another if we want it. Second Panther is good. Burden of Proof, no thanks. Fester Leech this late is a little bit weird. Cold Case Cracker is another reasonable choice. But I think I'm going to try to stick to mainly green until I have some idea of what else I should really be doing. This pack blows. I don't know. Not going to run any of that, so... Sir Conrad wheels, but he's double black, and we haven't seen a lot of black, really. I think it's just this Living Conundrum, which is kind of funny in a self-mill deck, which maybe we could have in blue-green. I don't think I want any of this, but maybe if we're doing self-mill, Macabre Reconstruction could be something. Okay, maybe black is more open than I thought. Reenact Crime is very weak. Drag the Canal's decent. Nervous Gardener, though. I don't think I can play Dog Walker. I mean, I could, I guess. But I'm just going to grab another decent green card. More fixing, more whatever cool stuff. This guy is pretty great. Eliminate the Impossible would be decent as well. Gadget Tech would be decent. This would be decent. But I'm just going to take a 3-mana 2/2 Vigilant Flyer that loots. I mean, it also sort of draws if you are willing to pitch one of the cards it likes. So let's say probably not red. I'm looking towards Simic so far. Oh, Doppelgang. This card is like really high up there. Yeah, it says what 10th best first pick in the set. And it's one of the reasons it's so good is because you don't have to be Simic to play it. You can play it in green or in blue because you want to cast this for X's 2, which means 8 mana. So by that time you can pick up your splash colors. But this just like usually wins the game when you cast it for 8 mana. Out cold, I guess? I don't think I'm taking a Curious Inquiry. I'm not like a hugely tempo-based deck, but you know, when someone hands you a big pile of tempo, you should... Oh, no, hang on. No, Gravestone Strider. This is good for, like, I don't know. I mean... Like, for the when cards leave your graveyard type cards. You know what? I mean, who knows? That might wheel. I'll take the Out Cold. Case of the Shattered Pact. That would be more fixing. What's the alternative? Setback? No, I should take an Accusation. I have no removal yet. And I don't have even like other colors other cards of like that I want to splash, so I'm not solving this anytime soon. Ooh, what is this? Triple green. Does a lot of different things, huh? I kind of like it. Riftburst Hellion is okay, but we have plenty of big creatures already. Culvert Ambusher. Nice little removal spell kind of thing. / disguise creature. Unauthorized exit would be okay. Okay, we did wheel the escape tunnel. I think we're just taking another dramatic accusation. I don't really need I don't need a Bubble Smuggler very badly. Got plenty of disguise cards, and that one isn't unique in any way. Okay, we got another Out Cold. Although, probably I'm supposed to take a setback instead of... I don't know. Out Cold is just, like, kind of devastating. I wouldn't mind running 2 of them, even though I don't have specific plans for it. Yeah, happy to have a setback, sure. So a little more tempo-y blue-green than usual. I don't have that much like evidence collection or stuff leaves your grave. Like, I'd love to open a chalk outline or something. Be pretty cool. We have a decent pool of bad black cards if we want those. Oh boy. There's two. I mean, Eidetic Memory and Trampled Garden both look exciting to me. Everything else kind of doesn't. But I think we want the Eidetic Memory. I mean, like, this would be a really, like, push damage type of thing, and this would be a kind of slower, control-y kind of thing. Yeah, and Draft Sim agrees that this is better in isolation. Maybe we have enough, like, big honkin' dudes that we want the Trampled Garden. Oh, I looked up the wrong card. I looked up Hothouse. It says Trampled Garden is notably worse. Okay, so Insidious Roots. I mean, we could maybe do something with that. I know it's black, but we could splash it. However, Tunnel Tipster is just much better for us. Like, Insidious Roots, we have some... Like, blue-green, in principle, has, oh, make stuff leave your graveyard, right? We have Evidence Examiner. Stuff could leave our graveyard all the time. Surveillance Monitor could do that. There's a few other cards we don't have, but could, like, eventually draft that would do that, right? And, like, this would be really exciting with that. However, Tunnel Tipster is just a very good card and doesn't need cards we don't currently have. Hedge Whisperer, huh? Oh, Rubble Belt Maverick, another example of a card that Insidious Seeds or whatever it is would work well with. I kind of like the Rubble Belt Maverick first. I don't know. No, Greenbelt Radical is a way to just, like, win the game. Hedge Whisperer, it's so slow. It turns your stuff into 5/5s eventually, but it takes forever. Okay, give me more of this. Yeah, more Evidence Examiners, please. Pick Your Poison would be okay. This would be pretty good also, I guess? Sure. A combat trick is nice. Ooh, these are both lovely pickups. I think we're more about Vitu-Ghazi Inspector than Granite Witness. Because, like, double blue is a little tricky, and this is more about tempo, whereas this is about, you know, staying alive and just outlasting the opponent. I'll take a bite down on crime. If they went this way, I mean, we don't really need any fixing, so this would be ramp, which would be fine. But just like a kind of mediocre kill spell would be right up my alley. Oh, we get to pick the blue clue equipment or the green one, huh? I guess I'll take the green one. I don't think we're supposed to run it. Wow, really? Case of the Shattered Pact. I mean, we're not running that, so I guess a Pick Your Poison is probably playable. Oh, really? We ended up picking up quite a few things for this, but without multiple of them, I think you just aren't supposed to do it. Oh, Hedge Whisperer is back. Okay. Nice. Don't really want any laundry. Yeah, with just like the one... it can't be worth splashing for Insidious Roots, can it? Like, it wouldn't be expensive to splash for. We have plenty of fixing, sort of. But I don't see why we would do it. Like, it's just not that good. Alright, creatures, please. Sure. All of our 2-drops are absolute bangers. We are not cutting any of those. This costs 8. Two out colds. I don't know. We don't necessarily need that. Rakish Scoundrel is pretty meh. Let's make it a Skies pile, I guess. Separate from the 3 mana pile, just because, I don't know. Okay, so we have some disguise cards. This is a big, expensive, usually tempo play. So we have an okay number of disguise cards. We don't need to run mediocre disguise cards. Like, Rakish Scoundrel just costs too much to flip. I'm happy cutting it. Greenbelt Radical costs even more, but it like really does something. Unauthorized exit is probably not really necessary. I think I'd like to run the Hedge Whisperer if I can. Probably should be 18 lands here, huh? It's not a small deck. I have, it seems to me, relatively few ways to trigger Prophet's Eidetic Memory, right? I have a Deduce, that can trigger it twice, isn't that exciting? And I have the 2 Evidence Examiners, which could trigger it very many times each, but that's still only 2 actual cards. And that's about it. Those are the only ways I have to draw. I guess, okay, Hotshot Investigators, but that's a pretty late game thing. By that time, we're like probably winning-ish. And this usually, you're bouncing your opponent's creatures anyway, not yours most of the time. It's a creature, right? Yeah. Oh, I could probably cut Pick Your Poison. There are going to be times it's good, there are going to be times it's bad, but when it's bad, it's really bad. So what's the deal with this Archdruid's Charm? Why do I think this is good? It just does so many different things. The triple green is the big cost, but I think we're going to be fine with that. You can tutor for a land and ramp with it, or a creature and put it in hand. Or you can put a counter and punch something. Or you can disenchant something, right? That's very flexible, and as long as we don't mind the triple green, which I think we mostly don't, it seems like an all-star. Airtight Alibi. I mean, Hexproof is the biggest deal on this card. +2/+2 is pretty cool. Oh, and untap it. That's a part of the trick I always forget. So you can make it a blocker. Right? But, like, I don't have any creatures I desperately need to give Hexproof to and protect, right? They're all just sort of whatever. Big dudes, indistinguishable. I got fungible big dudes. There you go. That's the deck title. I don't think Airtight Alibi to protect them is really all that great. And let's cut an Out Cold. It kind of looks like this deck doesn't want Out Cold, honestly. But it could be a way to just, like, you know, basically push in for damage or live against Boros. Out Cold is such a good card. How can you cut it? I mean, like, it helps you live for stuff like Doppelgang, right? And your 6-drops. Maybe my last cut is actually a land. Go back down to 17. kind of hate it. Could be a dramatic accusation. I guess I already have a bite down on crime, an archery with charm, and another dramatic accusation. So I have 3 creature removal spells, several bounces, or, well, 1. There's another somewhere, wasn't there? Or did I cut that? I've got the tap down. Maybe I don't need the 2 dramatic accusations. Maybe that's what I can do. And, like, that's the deck. There you go. I know it says fungible big dudes. Why is this the art? I don't have to explain myself to you. Hide in Plain Sight is the best card in the deck. That's why it's the art, I guess, right? If we... Yes, Draft Sim agrees. Doppelgang is immediately right after it. Second best card in the deck. As far as first picks go, right? Which isn't to say about how they play in our specific deck. Wow, I wasn't aware the Steam Core Scholar, our 3-mana 2/2 Vigilant Flyer, was rated that highly. It's 23rd best in the set, they say. This looks good. Tips are on 2. Good enough for me. Oh no. Pardon my computer while it like wakes up and pages in the ability to draw graphics or whatever it is. Game 1 as I... In the last few months, I don't think it was always like this, but it seems like in the last few months, Game 1 has been like... Not framey exactly, but like... I guess it is framey is the right word, right? It's just like a little bit slow rendering, and then it gets into the swing of things for further games. Or even just the first few turns of Game 1 are the worst part. Red-green, Scene of the Crime. So kind of a a mid-rangey Gruul deck is what we sort of expect. Obviously they have Gruul, like... Gruul likes mid-rangey, so I'm not really making any... What?! Okay, noted. That's exciting. This is just not a playable card in draft. You would have to open so many of them to make this good. You need like 5 at least? I don't know. Like, if you happen to have 3 of them and you draw them all early, yeah, I'm sure it's great. It's a 3-mana 2/2, a 3-mana 3/3, and a 3-mana 4/4. But you don't always get them all that early. You need a ton of them. Weird. Okay, let's see what this is all about then. Now, it collects evidence for them, which matters for a card like this. I'm going to let this hit me, I think. Oh. Yeah, I guess I won't. That's fine. Oh. Wait! Oh, no, I meant to... Oh, I needed to tap this for mana before going to blocks. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind this trade. It's not horrible. But... they might have a trick now? I don't know. I tried this once against somebody, I remember. I tried to make their Tunnel Tipster block, and they just tapped it for mana, and then it didn't have to block. And I missed my opportunity to make that play somehow. I think it auto-passed for me into blockers because there was nothing to do with the mana. Yes, that's what happened. Okay, so I needed to, like... I got arena a little bit there. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I just clicked resolve too many times next when I shouldn't have, but... I didn't think of the play in time anyway, so... I don't really need this to do, so I want all the land. And I'm planning to outcold next turn, I think. They might want to animate a land here. No. Oh, this isn't the... I was thinking this was the Hedge Whisperer. It's a Rumblebelt Maverick. Okay. Sorry. I've been confused all game about what that card is. It's a 1-mana green 1/1. I mean, there's a lot of those. I guess I could be forgiven. I don't really want to outcold this. I was thinking they were going to animate a land, and I would outcold that. But given that that is not happening... I think I'll just swing out with my flyer, and that's it. If you copy a face-down card, you just get a 2/2, right? It can't flip. It can't, like, turn into the other side of what the card is. I believe. Let's look that up, actually. You copy this guy's card... A token copy... You make a face-up 2/2. Okay. Sure. Go ahead and hit me, I guess. I mean, I think this game is going great. I'm thrilled to put that back. Why didn't you play that pre-combat? Either they're a bad player or they have a combat trick. We'll see which. Could be both, of course. So let's big tempo them. They want the counter that bad, huh? I wonder why they weren't swinging with it in the past, then. Because I obviously wouldn't let it just start hitting me. Maybe I would have, and counterattacked with the 2/2? I don't remember the position, but I think while this was back blocking, I wouldn't have done that. I think they could have gotten in for a damage or two if they wanted this in the grave. Ooh, okay. Okay, so let's see. We'll get a forest with this. I guess I don't have to do this pre-combat. They didn't attack with this, huh? Suggesting... I don't know. I think I'm pretty happy to try to bully their life total. Block, please. And if they don't block, that's fine, too. I'm happy to get in for 6. And if I really wanted to, I could cycle this, and then next turn I would have the mana for Doppelgang for 2. I don't think that's especially good. Because I can just play this as a 6/5 in a minute. I'm surprised. Oh! I've been missing an opportunity, haven't I? I could have flipped this on some turn to blow up their land. Because it's an artifact land. Oh, I guess it didn't matter whether they did this pre-combat or not, because I have a 2/2 Vigilant blocker for it. Sure. Okay, I don't mind this block. I don't know why they're not doing anything with their 5/5. Evidence in graveyard? 6. So I could kill that if I wanted. It seems pretty cool. Or I could use this thing's ability. Kill their land. Okay, maybe what we're gonna do is this. Put the counter here. So that I have another 5/5. And just shove in. Oh, this costs 6 to flip, doesn't it? Shoot. Okay. Let's just do that then. And you know what? Let's out cold them. That's what I should be doing. Which means I should have attacked with this. Ugh. Just what a bad player, huh? Missed 2 damage when my opponent is at 3. Like, come on, get real. Okay, have fun with that. Just let me doppelgang for 2. It'll be so much fun. Ooh, hello. Okay, well, I mean, GG. We gotcha. Oh, it's the land for doppelgang for X's too. I could have made 2 Hotshot Investigators and 2 Axebane Feroxes and then bounced both their creatures and swung in for like 20. Alright, what's in the old dailies? Green spells. Okay. And blue spells. Alright, so one of them's going to waste. Chalk up a win for fungible big dudes. Grizzar. Is that new? I've never seen this, I don't think. Is that from this set? This is a slow hand in that it doesn't do anything. But, you know, it is a dramatic accusation. I can at least stay alive a bit. Cycle this on 2 probably for more land. Definitely if I have 2 of them. Why is this cheap? I definitely can't collect the evidence, so there's not really a good reason. Yeah, I'm just going to turn this into an island, I think. Or, I mean, maybe another forest, because I have a triple green card and I don't have much in the way of double blue. My hand's mostly green? Sure. Alright, that's fine. I could dramatic accusation their tipster. But I think I'd rather get down a disguise card and try punching it at some point. If they don't play another disguise card, I can... Oh, Nervous Gardener. Okay. If they don't play another disguise card, I can... Oh, this gives +2/+0, doesn't it? Yeah. So I can punch... Oh my god. Regardless. There's a lot of tips about the tunnels here. I also have Hide in Plain Sight, a really nice card. It's a lot more mana efficient than just doing this. Well, no, because I can cast this without collecting evidence, I suppose. Treat this as a 4-mana spell. But I'd rather treat it as costing 2, because that's how much it costs. Yeah, let's go for this. Okay, and an island, I guess. Or a forest? I'm not turning either one face up. I'd rather shuffle an island back in than a forest. I could have swung here and seen if they'd go for the block, but now with... Like, I don't really want them to block, I don't think. I don't know. Having a bunch of 2/2s is pretty cool. Ooh, which one? Oh no! My best one! Ah, but I can flip the Vengeful Creeper in a couple turns to get it back. So in some ways, it's the one I'm glad they killed? Right, we knew that was a Nervous Gardener. Well, well, well. I think deducing, well, I want to punch this and swing for 4. And I guess since I have collect evidence coming up from this, I think I'd rather cast this for the full 4 mana. I don't have enough mana for Airtight Alibi. Now this is a little bit greedy, because if I don't top a land, I can't actually flip it. Okay, rude. Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to cycle this, I guess. I'd like a 6-mana creature, but I'd really like another land. I mean, their 2/2 barely matters, right? Let's just get this out there, I guess. And I could decline this, planning to only collect evidence while both of these cards are on the battlefield. But I'm going to have plenty of evidence to collect. I think I should take the Thopter while I can. I haven't even looked at what other... My opponents played only green cards, but they're also playing white, apparently. Oh, no, they played Makeshift Binding. Okay. Another one. On? Okay, fine. Not my ward creature. That's all I ask. Happy to play another land. And it would be cute to try to trick them here, but I think it's better to get the trigger. The combat trigger, so I'm just going to flip this immediately. One more mana and we are winning the game. I mean, we're already in good shape. In fact, it does seem kind of hard to lose here, doesn't it? Flip this into a 6/7 maybe would be a little scary. Okay, a 5/5. That's fine. It's not mana. Okay, so we should get some mana. Like this. I would have liked to play Hotshot Investigators this turn. But that doesn't seem to be the way things are going. There's the land. Oh, I forgot I could do this again. Yeah. I don't need this evidence for anything else. Just give me more clues, please. I'll happily chump their 5/5 with a 1/1 this turn. So I don't mind attacking with my 5/5. Sack a flyer. Okay, sure, you got me. I'll jump with the evidence examiner. I don't need it anymore. Let's peek first, though, I guess. I just want to make sure my life total is completely protected. Actually, do I have lethal? No, because I can't get rid of their ward creature. Alright, let's just do this. Oh, now I would have, maybe? Oh no, but they gained 5 life, sure. Okay, so X is 2. And I want 2 of these and 2 of these, I think. Go away. Go away. Why does this only have 2 counters on it? Oh, as it enters the battlefield. So these both entered the battlefield at the same time, so they didn't get to see each other. If it had said when this enters the battlefield, then they would see each other. Huh. I see. They did that. This is an unusual way to template enter the battlefield effects. Normally, if you would, I think, if this didn't have a turn face up ability, they would probably have written, when this enters the battlefield, put X counters on it. And then it would see other creatures that enter the battlefield at the same time. Fairly niche, like, the distinction there is not that important most of the time, and so they would choose the simpler thing of when, which is what most things use. However, they wanted it... For the turn face up ability, you want it to be as, not when. Because you don't want to turn this face up into a 3/3 and have a trigger to put 2 counters on it, and then they punch it and it doesn't get the counters, right? You want it to turn face up like into a 5/5 right away before they have a chance to do anything. To kind of like, I mean, the turn face up action is a special action that doesn't use the stack. So like if you turn a 2/2 into like a 7, into like the 6/7, right? There's no moment where it's a face up 2/2 that they can just shoot. This card, if it said when, there would be a moment when it was a face up 3/3, even though it was about to get, 5 counters or whatever. So I believe that's the reason they chose to use as, is so that when you turn it face up, there's not this moment where you can punch it before the counters get in. And it's just too wordy to say, as this is turned up and when it enters the battlefield. Like, I don't think there's even rule support for that kind of rule, but maybe there is. That kind of ability, I should say. And the distinction between as and when for ETB is fairly small. So they said, well, we'll just have them both be as. That's my guess on like what happened there. Makes sense, but it was a surprise to me because I don't think about ETB abilities that put on counters. Those usually say when. This one says as, and I didn't notice, and so I got fewer counters than I expected. But I think I have explained to myself, like, a fairly coherent and likely story for how the card ended up that way. With an ability that seems a little bit weird in some circumstances. Anyway, 2-0. Doppelgang wins the game again. A lot of cards would have won the game at that point. Like, I was in good shape. But just, like, dunking 2 6/6s, land cycling, like, feels a little bad to put 6/6s in the graveyard, but we have a few collect evidence cards. We collected all the evidence from them, and I wanted 8 mana more than I wanted a 6/5, so... Didi Shui Yue. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's my best guess. This looks fine. I have 3 lands. some disguise cards, best card in the deck, some other decent stuff that could see play. Very happy. You could just run this out as a 2/2, but I don't think you're supposed to. It costs like 2 extra mana to play this out. Well, it's kind of costing me 4 mana to draw a card, right? Because this 2 mana is going to waste now, where if I had played this, like, I don't know. And it's more about, like, the tempo cost, really. Is like, if I had a 2/2 on the board right now, whatever they're about to do would be less of a problem. So if I'm playing against, like, green-white, this could come back to get me. If this had been showing red, I think it probably would be correct to display this as a 2/2 on turn 2. But with green, you don't really know. It could be a fast game, could be a slow game. I guess it's a really slow game where they just don't play any cards ever. Or in another sense, a very fast game where it's over because opponent, yeah, just left the table. Okay, fair enough. I guess I'll just cut to when they concede. BRB. It was a lie. I'm back. Opponent actually played something on turn 2. They almost timed, or on turn 3. They almost timed out, but decided they'd rather play a Nervous Gardener. Okay, sure. Well, I'm going to hide in plain sight then. Evidence Examiner is great. This is great if you can turn it face up for 4 instead of 7. I love that. Because this card, it has a disguise ability and a morph ability. If we click it, you'll see it can choose either one, but I don't have the mana to pay for that one. So I will flip this first to get myself a forest, so they don't know I have another forest in hand. Not terribly important, but... And then I'm just going to push in here, I think. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. Got him. I mean, that's a gross start against somebody who had to accidentally skip turn 2. It's going to be tough to come back from that. Let's see. I want to turn this face up and play this pre-combat. And then smash again. Sure. Fine by me. It was a defenestrated phantom. Okay, and they give up. Fair enough. I mean, missing turn 2 was pretty devastating. I don't think there was coming back from that when I had such a, pretty great opening. Although, it would have been a lot better if I'd played the Nervous Gardener face up, as it turns out. I never needed to actually fetch the land. I just, had more lands than I needed the entirety of the game. And if I'd had another 2 mana... Well, there wasn't anything else to do on turn 3, actually, was there? Because they didn't have anything to dramatically accuse. So, maybe it turned out fine. Oh, I should have checked what their last face down card was. I don't think I ever found that out, right? Kind of curious. Or maybe I did? I don't remember. I know they had the Defenestrated Phantom. I don't remember if they had another face down card, but I think so. Spleen. Okay. I've always wanted to fight parts of the body. Sure. Looks great. Okay, we're going to have a great opening. That is a really nice pickup. Holy cow. What does this say? It just gets tapped. It doesn't, like, get destroyed. It doesn't, like, turn off its abilities. Okay. Well, we are in for a game here. Opponent has a great opening. Okay, I'll try to minimize damage. If they have a combat trick, it probably works whichever one I block, and they don't seem likely to be able to collect the evidence here. Yeah, it's impossible, right? They'd have to play 1 mana. Well, no, they could play like a 1 mana spell with a mana value of 2 or higher, with, you know, a split card basically. Be kind of funny. I think I want to start getting counters on this more than I want to hide this away. Oh my god, this is sickening. What a great card to have just then, huh? Okay, great. Let's put out some tutus, I guess. No, you wouldn't! Ah! Oh my god, I'm getting, like, packaged up to be put into a dumpster. This is unreal. The tempo off of this guy. I had a really, like, for this deck, a very good early game. And I am just getting destroyed. Wow. Okay. Well. I mean, I kind of think I have to Dramatic Accusation and play this, right? They can still give their other creatures indestructible once they can collect evidence 4, and that's bad, but at least they won't be hitting me with a 4/4 Vidge anymore. Was I player 1 this game? It doesn't look that way from looking at the board. It looks like they got this insane aggro curve. I don't really remember. I mean, and they did get an insane aggro curve. But okay, we have a lull in the action. On the other hand, their stuff is about to become indestructible. It's 3 mana to activate? Yeah, so they can't do that just yet. Really? You have more? Okay, I mean, I'm making the only block I can. That's at all reasonable. This sucks. Alright, I have a 2/2 flyer. Problem is, the shit is indestructible. Oh no. Maybe maybe I'm supposed to shuffle this in instead of... No, because I had to play the deduce first to draw a card to play. I didn't have anything to do until I deduced. I mean, this is lights out, right? They have a 4/3 unblockable. Well, I can chump with a 2/2. Nope, can't even do that. Just tap anything and I die. Great. Kill an enemy creature. Mission accomplished. Wow, that was a very severe talking to. Absolutely demolished. I don't think my deck has draws that beat that. I mean, obviously they could have drawn a lot worse, and then we would like have a chance. I think that deck with that draw is beating a lot of decks like best draws. Okay, I mean, I need more mana, but I have a 1 and a 2, which is more than this deck usually has. Okay, and the deduce is a step in the right direction. I think I'd actually rather play that than the inspector to increase my chances of having 3 mana next turn for this. Because I don't want to play this and then deduce next turn and do nothing. Nothing else. Great. But there's no 1 mana black spell that does anything here. It could be Slice from the Shadows. I mean, it seems like it probably is, right? So Arena was holding open priority for them, even though it like doesn't. There's no way they would do that. I think I am perfectly happy for this to get slicked. Slick this from the Shadows, please. It gets into my graveyard for collect evidence value. That's fine. I'm not flipping this anytime soon. Get in there. Yes, untap it. Need more mana. I guess I'll be greedy, crack this looking for land, because I really would like to have some. Okay. Because Evidence Examiner and Vitugazi Inspector is a good turn. If I can find specifically any land. Island or forest, doesn't matter. Okay, great. So now I can have that turn, because when this ETB trigger goes off, I'll get extra benefits from it. Alright, so far so good. Aside from stumbling on land on turn 4. We have hide in plain sight as the next obvious play, which will let us collect evidence again from another clue. There's the slice from the shadows. Fine. Not too bothered by that. I will not trade my evidence examiner for their face down. If they try attacking, I'm going to just block with the 0-3. But naturally they didn't. Makes sense. Okay. I mean, it sucks to be missing mana again, but I do not believe cracking a clue is a good idea, because I could, if I miss, I do absolutely nothing this turn. And if I hit, I get to play an okay 3-drop. I'd rather get 2 2/2s, please. Wow. Forests, please, I guess. Well, there was plenty of land on top. I would have been happy to draw all 5 of those, I think. Yikes. So, 3 lands on the bottom. That is bad. Tunnel Tipster is good, though. Let's crack a clue first. I'm not worried about this 2-2 killing me. Okay, it's a land. Great. Could disguise this. I might prefer to just play a tipster. I think so. Mana, 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 right? And then he'll benefit from playing this face down. ATB or his turn face up. I guess I could have made them block my forest with something. This, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I could just play this face up, actually. It's more mana efficient to do that. And I don't mind forcing trades, as opposed to, like, trying to eat a creature with this. Okay. That's not too bad. No more evidence at the moment. Not the end of the world. I wonder about putting a forest back in my hand with Hotshot Investigator. It can't be the right play, can it? I don't think so. Whatever this is, it's making me nervous. I might just run this out face up, force it to block one of my forests. I guess that's fine. Oh, I can't do that because it costs too much? Because of ward? Okay, I'll kill the 3-2 that can become unblockable. That's fine too. Oh, Tipster makes mana. So I can crack a clue here. Have I entered... Have I played a land this turn? I have, right? Yeah, this one. Scary, but a pretty cool thing to doppelgang. Absolutely an insane thing to have 2 copies of. Still feeling fine about the rate they're chipping away at me in the air. Land is the nuts here. Oh, that's a little annoying. Did they collect evidence? They did, right? I think so. Yeah. It's a land. I would have liked to be able to copy this, but just copying their 2 non-ward permanents is fine. Oh, it's legendary. Okay. Whoops. Well, I still get the ETB effect, right? Yes. But I don't get the extra counters. I think that was probably still fine. There wasn't anything very good to do besides draw a card and get a counter on something. Guess I should have swung first, huh? I could have played it slower and like actually Hotshot Investigators to bounce this first. Then I could have copied Hotshot Investigators instead of this. But I like the Prophytic Memory. I think it is pretty nice to have. I don't think there's anything in blue-black that lives through this. So I don't mind if they flip it and 2-for-1 me. Oh, Rakish Scoundrel? Yeah, that would do it. That would be embarrassing. That's fine. Bubble Smuggler. Sure. Double block was definitely correct. Eight mana. Oh, 9 mana because of Tunnel. Yeah, okay. Let's just bounce their creature. This gives them the opportunity to like ETB it again and collect evidence again, but it loses the counter, which is fine with me. And a desirable trade. I will note this 1 mana 0/3 has still never activated its ability to turn a land into a 5/5. So it is very, very slow. It takes forever to get a chance to like want to do this. But a 1 mana 0/3 hasn't been bad this game, right? It's been blocking their, or threatening to block their stuff. Nine mana. So now I guess is the time, right? Sure. Probably should have typed another Highland. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't need the double green for this and the green for this at the same time. Because I can't do all of those things. Sure. that looks like a detective, all right. You have defeated my forest. This land ETB'd, yeah, okay. So no need to flip it up at this moment. Pretty good with Prophets Memory. Is that just the land? Yeah. Sure. Do not untap. Ooh. What fun. Let's aim at this one, I guess, because I don't mind if this gets bounced or killed as much as I mind this. If they combat trick... I mean, I guess they could have like a -3/-3. In which case, this being a 6/6 actually matters. Okay, let's do that. Right, this is just enough mana to slice from the shadows a 5/5 into a 2/2. I guess if they bounce my 0/3, this is pretty embarrassing. Because the land isn't a creature anymore. Murder it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think of that in time. Or I committed before I thought of it, I guess. So, well done there. Yeah, and the -3/-3, they wouldn't have aimed it to land anyway. They would have aimed it at the 0/3. So yeah, the land was definitely the wrong choice. Okay. It's not the end of the world. I'll double block if they swing, but they won't. No need to do any of this pre-combat, because none of it draws. Trade this for my 1/1, unlucky. They're getting a nice 2-for-1 there. Ah, clicked outside the window, help. Well, actually, do I have anything that's exactly 4 all on its own? No, this is the efficient. This is efficient, but not granular. It could matter later if I have some more reasons to collect evidence for smaller amounts or something. I don't know. Mostly I'll be collecting evidence 6, I think? I don't know, 4 I guess is the most common in this deck. Okay, we finally got there. Some misplays, but carried by the deck. And my thirst for mana. My absolute insistence on getting as much land as I could. I don't know, that's all this deck really wants, is just hit your land drops every turn until turn 8. Which I don't really have enough draw to support. But I get close. And, you know, it certainly is possible, right? Like, you could just top deck land every turn. But even without that, like, you know, I can cycle the Panther. I can flip the Gardener. Zaddy. That's some like Gen Z slang. I don't know. I think it's inappropriate content, maybe. Not that inappropriate though, right? I don't know what it means. I'm old. It does not seem unreasonable to collect evidence with, or to cycle this. Obviously, a 5th mana is like not that amazing, but getting evidence in the graveyard with this guy around is kind of cool. Oh, that should have been another forest, actually. Whoops. In case I want Archdruid's Charm next turn, although I don't think I do. Grixis. Okay. That's 7 to flip. It's basically never getting flipped. But I can just play it next turn face up as a 4/4. Yeah, I think actually I want this one trading, if any. Well, but next turn I want to play this, right? So maybe this one I could actually end up flipping on turn 5? If I trade this one off? No. I can just play it on turn 5, I guess. Is that good? Sure. Play Archdruid's Charm to fight their 2/1. They investigate. Creature or land card. So my big bombs are not creatures, really. Right, it's like hide in plain sight, doppelgang. So this is not really fetching much. All right, I'll just trade this. You can have it. I wonder why they turned it face up pre-combat. I guess they wanted to not get blocked. I mean, this is a 4 mana thing to put in the graveyard, or to pick out of the graveyard, rather, which is nice. And I can punch their Fairy Snoop next turn. Although punching this is probably better. Oh, I don't have to punch it. I can just make it block. Nice. If I 2-for-1 against Toxin Analysis, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna need one of those big spells at some point. I mean, worst case, I guess I could Archdruid's Charm for a 6/6 or something. I don't want to. I could even grab the 2-mana 2/2 Vigilant Flyer, I suppose. Get rid of some of these lands, draw some actual action. It's probably better than punching their 1/4, right? Evidence Examiner. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's play that. And I don't really care about their 1/4. I'm just going to play Evidence Examiner and nothing else. No, well, I can still go look for a good card with this. I just can't play it this turn. This isn't instant, so if they try some funny trick with flipping this, I can try to kill it in response. Honestly, I don't know that I need any more action. Gadget tech, okay. So I'll put the counter here then. And actually punch their 3-2. But now it survives the block. And they're taking like 9. Can't take 9 very many times in a game of Magic. Well, I mean, maybe in Constructed you could just design a deck that gains 1,000 life or whatever, but in Limited that doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen much in Constructed either, I think. It certainly does happen with like Angel decks or Soul Sisters or whatever. Could really use a spell. It's sort of a spell, in that it's not one. I didn't want to pass. Okay. I wanted technically to. Okay. Would have been nice to open this before I knew what I was attacking with. I should have put a stop in before combat, I guess. But it's hard to imagine any different attacks, I suppose. Should have tapped green, double blue, I think. Jeez. Alright, it's finally happened. I've drawn an amount of land that I would say is too much. Still looking okay. They're at 6. I have a 4-5 they can't currently answer. Playing that pre-combat, they want to attack with it. Sure. I would have thought they'd want to block, but okay, they just want to attack with it and get a clue. Sure. Makes sense, I guess. Ah! Wait, what? It does 4 damage, not 5. It's not galvanize. Okay, this is nice. I have to do it pre-combat so I can collect evidence with this. I'm going to put a stop in combat as well. Okay, that's something. I don't think I need it right now, though. I suppose I could kill their ward creature and have a relatively open field. But I'm not too concerned about what all is happening at the moment. Yeah, that resolves. I think the board is looking just fine. So I will not be using that ability. I could punch their flyer and start getting in with a 2-2 flyer, I guess? I don't know. Seems lame. No, I mean, in retrospect, they are at 2 now. Maybe that would have been a good play. Okay. So, all the land in the world, but here it is, you know. Doppelgang with 9 mana. Don't really need it to win the game, but sure is a card. In fact, I think I'm going to just not play it, because if it gets countered, I'll be kind of sad. Kind of don't want to play anything. Because, like, if they counter, like, I want to be hoarding answers, I feel like, because I can only lose against some crazy thing they have. I could try to kill them more quickly by punching this and swinging in a bit more. Just doesn't seem all that great. I guess it would let me collect evidence again, which is nice. Okay, I'll make the play I maybe should have made last turn. And if this draws something from them, that's fine. Like if they can shoot the 4/5 somehow. Bounce it maybe, unauthorized exit. And if not, then great. This looks like lethal. We'll see, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Sure. So even drawing way too much land was totally fine. We've had, I mean, I'm surprised how much collect evidence has been a thing in this deck. Because we have like 2 evidence examiners, obviously great collect evidence cards. 1 Vitu-Ghazi Inspector and 1, what's that 4-mana guy? The 4-mana 3 and a blue Megthopters. And that's like all of our collect evidence, I think. It doesn't seem like it should be doing very much, but it's just constantly doing stuff. Yeffi the Barbarian. Okay, good to know. Sure, this looks insane. I have a 1-2-3 curve. The creatures don't really do much. They're great. These are great creatures. They're like more mid-gamey, but actually, I can maybe discard some evidence. Oh my god. When I play this card to turn on the evidence examiners. Okay. Happily get rid of an island, I guess. Not happily, but you know how it is. If I play this pre-combat, I could potentially collect evidence with this, but I don't want to. I want to wait until this is on board and collect evidence with both of them for 1,000 clues. So I'm going to actually play this post-combat. I could, of course, play it pre-combat and then not collect the evidence, but this looks a little bit less suspicious, in case we think such things matter. Sure. Great card, not castable right now. Not quite enough evidence. I was hoping to pick up like a Panther I could dump or something. Annoying. Actually, I guess this is what I want to collect evidence with, right? Somehow? Kill the flyer, or... Okay. That's evidence, baby. Oh boy, is that evidence. This is so good. And then eidetic memory with 1,000,000 clues? Sign me up. I think you were supposed to murder the 0/3. Yes, I will untap it. But, I mean, you know, this way I got Stone Rained. Good for you. A lot of land. Mono black, by the way? They could be getting color screwed, but, I mean, they look like they're pretty happy to be in black. Okay, that's a 3/3. Barely matters. Six mana. I mean, this seems like the natural play. Put a counter here. Swing both. Don't mind losing this, I guess. Or I could just put another counter on the 4/4 and swing with it. Like, why lose it, right? Oh, put one here. Yeah, then I have two 4/4s. Sure. Stuff that their 3/3 can't cope with. Ooh, okay. That is a win condition for us. There's land number 8. All right. I don't know. Maybe playing this instead of this last turn would have been cool. Because now I have this thing that I'm not turning up anytime soon. This is not legendary, right? Yeah. But we'll just have enough clues to kill them if we make 2 copies of that. We can make 2 copies of this as well. Oh my god, they have 2 as well! Holy cow! Okay, so I should copy these then. What? Not 6. 2. This is 4 poison, 8 poison counters. I need one more somehow. One more set of clues. I need to collect evidence. Or maybe I can just kill them. Right? If I turn this up and smash face, what exactly are they doing about it? Well, probably it's not that great for me, actually. They chump one of these here. I could let one in for 6 damage. Oh, it's so close. Like, I could I could Accusation and then immediately shuffle with it. And then I'm set up to crack some clues, I guess. Let's go for the clue victory, I think. Okay. Oh, I get a counter on, let's say, you. Okay, a lot of stuff happened. I'm not really concerned with the details. You can't be killed, so I guess I'll swing with you. You could only be killed by a double block. That seems fine. Same here, actually. Maybe I'm just killing them anyway, even though I tried to go for the clues. Shuffling that away was actually better than I realized. Okay, fine. Doppelgang wins again. They were, I mean, that was very close to winning against most decks, what they did. Right? Getting two of these guys into play at a time when, you know, the board is not that bad for them. I think they were ahead on board, in fact, right? That's 8 poison counters already. I'm a little sad they didn't let me get the poison victory, but I guess it was me menacingly turning my creatures sideways that caused them to concede. So I have to take credit for denying myself the poison victory. But I'll allow it, I think. My Simic poison counters deck finally paid off. I finally ran into the opponent who was running the card I needed them to have because I couldn't put it in my own deck. We're up against the Hammer. How exciting. Yeah, another good opening. I'll take it. I haven't seen Out Cold in a while, huh? Ooh, I could discard the Out Cold for evidence on turn 3. That's nice. To get some draw out of this guy. Just face-upping that, huh? Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind this trade. But I guess I have better things to do. And I do kind of like this creature. So, see if I can get it to stick around. Okay. I think this is the kind of deck... I don't really have a setup for, like, getting a ton of evidence right now. I'm happy to just make some trades, keep my life total high against this sort of thing. Oh, I can't use Archdude's Charm, right. Well, okay. I want to play Nervous Gardener and flip it, but I don't know if I'm attacking here. I think probably no? I did check it was leaving green open. As far as Auto Tapper is concerned, that's basically arbitrary. It doesn't know I'll have a 1-mana green ability once this hits the battlefield, so it doesn't care which color to keep up. I already had a land ETB, right? This one? Yeah, so no need to do this now. Great. Very happy to see that. Go ahead and swing. I won't block. Sure. I can Archdu's Charm the 3/3 and have a 3/3 Vigilant Flyer myself to deal with their 2/2. Because this is getting a forest. Oh, I see. It's tapping wrong there. I guess I can deduce post on my end step, basically. Why manually tap for this? Your guess is as good as mine. I think I'd rather deduce than crack a clue, right? It gets evidence in the graveyard, and it gets my blue mana spent, so I'm a little bit less constrained on colors. Not that that's likely to matter very much. It's more about getting evidence in the graveyard. I guess also this is counterable and cracking a clue isn't, so there's that as well. I don't mind if this gets countered, I suppose. If I really wanted to make sure this didn't get countered, I could have cast it on my turn. But I think just choosing to cast it instead of something else. Oh, this is pretty cool. Good for you. Yep. Alright, Panther time. Great. Show this is a deck why green is the real beatdown. Enjoy your flyers, sucker. I mean, I don't know, they could knock me out cold and I'd be pretty unhappy. I'm also pretty unhappy with that. But at least it means my 3/3 is untapping. I think I just replay it. Like, Dramatic Accusation on this seems kind of stupid. It would be okay. I could get in for 2 more. Get him for 5, get him down to 8. But I think just putting this on the field is more exciting. I mean, it could lose to some tempo thing. Like, if they finally do outcold me, it's pretty devastating at this point. They should have it, right? In their deck, at least. In hand, maybe. They've drawn a big chunk of the deck. Okay, maybe they have something that only deals with the 6/5? Oh, they're looking for my deck. Yikes. Yikes! Okay, well now Dramatic Accusation on that is pretty cool. I don't want to go to 7. I'll chump this. I guess I could just play another 6/5. I can't really attack here very easily, right? Because they have a double block available now. 8 mana. Play this and crack. Play this and crack a clue, I guess. Okay. I mean, using this to destroy a clue would be cool, but it's a lot more mana than just like playing this out. I guess I'll try again to trade this for their 5/5. I'm in the tempo dungeon right now. Opponent is enjoying all the tempo. That's what their deck is about. Well, that's what red-blue decks are usually about. They haven't done that much tempo, actually. It's just like, well, no, these have done a lot of tempo. This has as well. I'm happy to trade. Ooh, this makes me nervous. They have some trick. Hopefully they can't trick both. Oh, nothing. What? Ah, shock? Okay. Sure. Nine mana. So 3. That would be play this and then flip it, I guess. Or if I do that, I take 5. So I think flipping this is a pretty silly idea. I think I need to dramatically accuse this. Play both of these. And that represents lethal, which is nice. Okay, pretty cool. Cost them most of their turn, though. So they can't do that much right now. Crack another clue? Pretty cool. Ooh. Not what I'm looking forward to seeing. Very funny. Mana value 4, huh? How did the tunnel tipster get in there? Did I mill or something? I didn't play it. Did they make me mill? I don't remember that happening. Oh, Flotsam and Jetsam. Yes, sure. So, this is lethal. They have to block. They can double block if they want. Trading a single creature for the 5/5. I assume the crime novelist. And then, I mean, they're only attacking for 2, maybe 5 if they're lucky. Whereas if I attack with just one creature, they can... Well, what if I did this? Now they don't really have good attacks. And if they try double blocking, they're just trading with a land, which I can get... Yeah, I think holding this as a blocker is more prudent. Okay. Little bit brave, but sure, they need to advance their agenda as well. Seems reasonable. I don't think I want to shuffle their 3/3 back into their deck. It's a pretty good draw for them right now. And I don't need more evidence. So I only want to activate that if they're about to like get their 3/3 back some other way, basically. Or somehow get value out of it, anyway. Yes, untap. Okay, that looks like lethal. I have plenty of mana to pay 4, right? Yeah. So let's hang on to the evidence. This is plenty even if they try some, like, counterspell effect. Sudden setback on my creeper. Okay. That's almost game over, right? They don't investigate. I mean, this is better than most draws, right? What am I looking for that's better? Doppelgang, Investigator... Okay, actually most cards are better. I do not want a vanilla 5/5. And I do attack here because even if they can attack with this, it's not lethal. And I want to be threatening lethal next turn. Uh-oh, it's a 5/5 suspected creature. Do not untap. Okay, that turns out I should have untapped. Unlucky. If I swing and they chump here, it looks like they have lethal, but actually they don't. So I think that's a good idea. Oh, they do! No, because I have 2 blockers. This is 2 blockers. Can't counterspell me. Surveillance... No, unauthorized exit would be lethal, for example. But, I mean... have to... I don't know. I think they're pretty winning here. Even if they don't have anything, because these 2 both have to block the 5/5, which means they can get in with the 2/2. Okay, you want to suspect the 2/2? That's a little weird, I think. I wasn't going to be able to block it anyway. But sure, I mean, I don't know. They might have wanted that to be... I don't think they should have suspected that. I guess if I draw next turn a way to collect evidence... No, because this will be dead. Yeah, I think this should have been... They should have wanted that as a flexible block. The flexibility to block with that, I think. Oh, really? They're not attacking with the 5/5. Maybe that's the line. Maybe that makes sense now. Okay. Scary business. I will untap so I can collect evidence again. And I can't attack, can I? No. Because I need to use both 1/1s to block their flyer. And if they just chump my 5/5 with their 3/2, they can make this suspected as well. And I don't have enough blockers to block both of these, so no attacks. Oh, actually, I'm dead even this way, right? Because if they attack with all 3 creatures, I can't block all 3 of them. Maybe they miss it? Because their 5/5 isn't suspected, but remember, they can make it suspected when it attacks. So I am dead face up. Okay. Well, let's see if they forget to say yes. No. Well, let's see what was in their hand, just for fun. Okay, sure. Pretty cool card at the moment. GG. Close one. Making the suspected turned out to be correct, so fair enough. Did I make... I'm sure I made some mistakes that game. Were there any that I noticed? And have just since forgotten about because it's been a while? Well... Bottoming the 5/5 looks kind of questionable. Right? If I'd drawn that instead of a land on one of these turns, I could have just played it. I was too focused on killing them. I didn't expect them to suddenly turn around and try to kill me. And there were some great cards I could have drawn, but a 5/5 would have been enough to still be in it. So that decision, I think, turned out badly. Still can't say for sure whether it was a mistake, but it was certainly greedy and did not pay off. I can't keep this. This doesn't do anything. I need an island to make this good. I need any land to play my 2 disguise cards. Yeah. This is fine. Put back a land. Island, I guess. Although Dramatic Accusation does like double blue, and I have triple green cards, but they're not in my hand at the moment. Or 1 triple green card. But we're not going to shuffle with Dramatic Accusation anytime soon, probably. This is the final boss, by the way, right? We're 6 and 2? Okay. Put this in the graveyard for sure, but I guess I can wait. I already have a thing to collect evidence with, so... I want lots of land. I don't need a 6-mana spell right now. Black. And green. Ooh, the skeleton's here. Pretty cool thing to dramatically accuse, actually. Right? Because it turns it off, but the case doesn't get solved. It's actually kind of a funny play. Do I make it right now? I think it's fine. I don't really need this guy anytime soon. Yeah. This is played by aggressive decks. Okay, black-green is a little weird. You would expect black-red, but I think if they're the kind of deck that's running this, I'm perfectly happy to accuse it. It's suspected and accused, but it will never do anything. Blue as well. This is not the kind of deck you would expect to run Case of the Stashed Skeleton. These colors are not aggressive colors. Right, this is mostly a Rakdos card, but black-white can also be aggro. . These are the slowest 3 colors, really. I guess if I just cast this face up, I won't be able to target their ward creature because it has ward. So that's kind of a bummer. I guess I'll play the land so that I can pay for Reasonable Doubt rather than keep it in hand to potentially discard to this. There's not much reach disguise, right? There's the 6/7, but that costs 6 to flip. It's the only one I can think of. I guess I could throw this in. For 4 mana, they can't really trick you. And I don't mind if this attacks me next turn. Let's go on the aggressive. Ah, there's a 1/4. There's a flying disguise. I was thinking of reach. Yes, of course that's in their deck. Just didn't think of it because I was thinking of the wrong thing. So, Dimir Flyers, splash green for hard-hitting evidence? Hard-hitting questions, rather? Weird. Would have liked this back because I'm about to collect evidence again. Well, I guess I need. It is the evidence I will be collecting, I suppose. We're in bad shape. They have a, the board is roughly equal, but a little bit in their favor. And they have way more cards. Just, their 3/3 flyer is so dominant right now. Oh, my clue! Just face up bird, huh? Wow. What do I even want to kill? This sucks. The bird? The 3/2? Oh boy. If I attack with a 4/5, it trades for like any one of their creatures, kind of, right? This sucks. I get to pick, but I don't like any of my choices. Let's say this. Obviously, I wish I could kill their 3/3. It's so unlikely I'm going to want to dramatically accuse the skeleton to let them demonic tutor, but I played the forest so I could hold open the double blue just in case some strange situation arises where I want to do that. Okay, things aren't actively getting worse. This is a nice card. This is great. I get to collect evidence once and investigate twice. I didn't play a land, right? So we're looking for another. Oh my god. I can't beat that. Jeez. I mean, okay, I guess I give them these on the 3/3. This is miserable. Game is over, right? I guess the green is for Evidence Examiner and Repulsive Mutation. And they just threw in hard-hitting questions for whatever reason. Removal, I guess. Okay, fine. Fine, I won't make you play it out. You win. Go to home. I hate you. That was gross. So many dinky flyers. I mean, I lost a lot by attacking with that 1/1 into Fairy Snoop. If I'd had it back, I could have been threatening at least to double block their 3/3. You know, how good would that really have been? Then they would have been attacking me for 2 every turn with their 1/4 flyers, so it's not that amazing. All right, 6 wins is a fine result, though. Very happy with it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.